Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'd like to call the City of Homestead Community Redevelopment Agency meeting to order. Today is Tuesday, March 8th, 2022, and it is now 5:15 p.m. And I will now read the meeting statement into the record. The city will hold a hybrid CRA meeting. The public may participate in person at City Hall or virtually utilizing video conference via WebEx events or the toll-free conference call number. Please go to cityofhomestead.com/calendar for specific details and instructions on participation utilizing video and telephonic conferencing. The meeting can also be viewed live on the City Access channel or city website at cityofhomestead.com. Public comments can be made in person at the meeting or emailed to publiccomments@cityofhomestead.com. Written public comments are limited to 300 words per comment. Written public comments on specific agenda items, including your name, address, item that you'd like to comment on, and your comment, can be submitted by noon on Monday, March 7th, 2022, and will be included in the minutes. Written public comments on general matters should include your name, address, and your comment. Written comments can be submitted up until 30 minutes after the end of the CRA meeting and will be included in the minutes. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Board Member Fletcher.
Here.
Board Member Avila. Board Member Faircloth Staggers. Board Member Roth. Here. Board Member Bailey. Vice Chairman Guzman.
Here.
Chairman Losner.
Here. Are there any deletions or deferrals tonight from the CRA agenda?
No, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Driver. All right, we have in front of us the minutes of the meeting of February 8th, 2021. We have a motion for approval of those minutes. Moved by the Vice Mayor, seconded by Councilwoman Bailey. Is there anything further? All in favor? Any opposed? Next item is new business, car number 3481, tab 2, Housing Rehabilitation Grant for 95 Northwest 2nd Street, Homestead, Florida. Mr. Pearl?
Yes, Mr. Chair, this is a resolution of the Community Redevelopment Agency Board of the City of Homestead, Florida, approving the allocation of residential rehabilitation grant program facade improvement grant funds, approving grant agreement, providing for implementation, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you, Ms. Driver. Thank you, Mr. Chair. On May 17, 2010, the CRA Board approved Resolution CRA 2010-05-04, creating the Residential Facade Repair Grant Program. Staff recommends that the CRA Board approve the attached resolution authorizing the allocation of a housing rehabilitation grant in amount up to $15,000 to Angel and Carmen Rowlett at 95 Northwest 2nd Street, Homestead, Florida 33030. On February 17, 2022, the Southwest Advisory Committee recommended the approval of the grant. The grant will cover fascia repairs and installation of a new fence.
Okay, thank you. I'll open the public hearing and ask if anyone, either online or in the audience, wishes to speak on this matter. None from the public? Okay, I'll close the public hearing and open it up to members of the board for any questions or comments. Entertain a motion to approve this item. Moved by Councilwoman Bailey, seconded by Councilman Fletcher. Anything further? All in favor? Any opposed? Next item is tab 3, car number 3479, Commercial Enhancement Grant Award for Chefs on the Run. Mr. Pearl.
Yes, Mr. Chair, this is a resolution of the Board of the Community Redevelopment Agency of the City of Homestead, Florida, approving the allocation of Commercial Enhancement Grant Program funds, approving a grant agreement, providing for implementation, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you, Mr. Pearl. Is there anyone in the audience or online wishing to speak on this matter? Okay, I'll close the public hearing and open this up to any questions or comments from members of the board. If none, I'll entertain a motion to approve. Moved by the Vice Mayor, seconded by Councilwoman Avila. All in favor?
Mayor, if I may, one.
Mr.
This is for the.
Board Member Roth.
This is for the grant
Chefs on the Run.
for Chefs on the Run. One, I don't think they read it into the record, staff, but my question is going to be for Julio or managers in reference to what Chef Joderick has come to us before about the flooding in his area, we're going to enhance his property so that he can use that back patio area, which is adjacent to the area that floods. So do we have a resolution yet for correcting that issue?
Yes, Councilman, we are currently in talks with Miami-Dade County. The area that floods is actually Miami-Dade County right-of-way. The county had been very reluctant to grant us an easement prior to finishing their plans for the South Dade busway. And now we're following up, now that they have finished those plans, to see if they would grant the city an easement where we could place the stormwater infrastructure to help alleviate the flooding.
So do we have a time frame or what, for this to take place? I get it that there's different jurisdictions, but this gentleman's been suffering there for years. And it's been, to me, kicked down the road. The can's been kicked down many, many times on him. So he's only a real good rain from his equipment being damaged from the water that gets inside there. I don't know if any of you remember that road at that level, there's sometimes in the past, that hasn't happened recently, but it's been 1 foot to 2 foot of water in his front door, which gets to his equipment, which will cause a lot of issues too. So I appreciate the fact that it's still being worked on, but I think we need to express some seriousness to this issue because it's affecting somebody that lives in the city, works in the city, and has a business in the city. But that's all. Just keep moving on that and make sure you communicate with Jodrick so we know where we're going with that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Roth. Vice Chair.
To follow up on Councilman Roth's statement, me and Jodrick had made some progress talking to Commissioner Cohen-Higgins' office, and they initially started the process, and they said that they would communicate with us on a weekly basis so that we could keep track of what's been going on. I've tried to keep Michelle Wells on it, but sometimes they don't respond. So I think if staff communicates directly with Cohen-Higgins' office, she can help out with that process.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. And we have been in contact with the Miami-Dade County staff, but knowing now that the commissioner is involved, we can certainly reach out to her office.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Okay, and I think I jumped the gun, so Madam Director, if you'd like to read the item into the record.
Yes, sir. On December 8, 2020, the CRA Board approved Resolution CRA 2020-12-12, adopting the revised guidelines for the CRA Commercial Enhancement Grant Program. The grant program furthers the goals of the CRA plan by improving properties that will enhance the CRA's rebuilding program. Staff recommends the CRA Board approve a Commercial Enhancement Grant Award for Chefs on the Run for the maximum allowable amount of $25,000. Chefs on the Run Corporation is located at 10 East Maury Drive, Homestead, Florida 33030. The location of the building makes it eligible for 90% contribution by the CRA and 10% contribution by the applicant. The grant will cover the installation of a new awning. On February 17, 2022, the Southwest Advisory Committee recommended the approval of Chefs on the Run grant application.
Okay, thank you, and we do have a motion and a second before us. Quick question to the director, though. I understand that part of the delay with the El Toro Taco, the implementation of that grant was the historic preservation designation on this very same building. It's all one building. Is that going to impact the proposed canopy as well?
It should not. If the certificate of appropriateness is needed, it can be done administratively.
Thank you. All right, so we have a motion and a second for approval. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, tab 4 is car number 3480, a commercial enhancement grant award to Joel Ray Properties, LLC. Ms. Driver?
This is a resolution of the Board of the Community Redevelopment Agency of the City of Homestead, Florida, approving the allocation of commercial enhancement grant program funds, approving the grant agreement, providing for implementation, and providing for an effective date.
Ms. Driver?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Staff recommends the CRA Board approve a commercial enhancement grant award for Jure Properties LLC for the maximum allowable amount of $25,000. Jure Properties LLC is located at 131 South Flagler Avenue, Homestead, Florida, 33030. As a point of reference, that is the shopping plaza that contains Yardie Spice and the bike shop right there on the corner of Flagler and Chrome. The location of the building makes it eligible for a 90% contribution by the CRA and 10% contribution by the applicant. The grant will cover stucco and painting. On February 17, 2022, the Southwest Advisory Committee recommended the approval of Jure Properties LLC's grant application.
Thank you. I'll open the public hearing and ask if there's anyone in the audience or online wishing to speak on this matter. Come forward to give us your name and address for the record.
Good afternoon. My name is Rodrigo Jaque, Chefs on the Run, 10 East Maury Drive, Homestead, Florida. And not coming actually here for myself. I'm actually coming, not find myself in this position for this next grant. I met the owner of Yardie Spice some years ago. And while Chefs on the Run is recognized for not only our commuter service, our food, and everything that we do, Yardie Spice is actually a place that has a lot of traction, and a lot of people come from different places. They have great reviews, and whatever situation they find themselves in, with a chance for an enhancement for their building, will make Homestead look a lot better. They have tons of potential, and all they need is somebody to throw them a rope. And just by the same way that we all eat with our eyes, the expectation of food, that just when you look outside of a building, there's a certain level of expectation. And I'm pro to speaking on behalf of them to get their grant, because the facade could definitely use a facelift. I understand that they have new owners. The CRA does operate in terms of on contracts and all these things, and I understand they have new owners, but the tenants shouldn't suffer because of how long the owner has owned the building, and that particular area of the building could use a little enhancement and a little help. That's it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And thank you to all of you guys for your time.
Thank you. Absolutely agree. Thank you. Okay. Ms. Driver? Did we do the staff report? Okay,
Sir,
we did.
We did.
But this request is as to that entire building, not limited to the Yardie Spice facade. Is that correct?
That's correct, the entire building.
Right.
And the owner's representative is here if anyone has any questions for him.
Any questions or comments from the board for the owner of the building?
Yes, sir.
Councilwoman Bailey?
Thank you. Just one extra comment, just to echo a little more of what Chef just said. I'm also very excited. We have two amazing restaurants within walking distance from each other. So of course, anything we can ever do to support them. But what I loved hearing at the Southwest Advisory meeting are the plans that he has to open up some additional bays in the back. So new businesses, new opportunities for new amazing locations in our area is great to hear. So just wanted to add that. Thank you.
Thank you. Vice Chair?
Thank you, Mayor. I wanted to ask the applicant if they are going to repaint the building, and if so, what color?
Yes, they are going to repaint. I'll let him step. I'm not sure if they've chosen a color yet, but they know that we have a color scheme that they have to abide by. So
We don't know yet the color, but I wanted to talk to her to see if you guys have a preferred color scheme that you guys want to use. So we're open to suggestions to whatever colors that we can paint. So we don't have that yet.
You'll get with staff to give them a color scheme then.
yes,
Excellent.
yes,
Thank you.
yes. They
Mr. Phil, before, I did have a question. I understand you're going to re-stucco the entire building. Is it going to change the look of the facade, or are you just freshening up
It's
what's
gonna
there?
change. We're gonna remove all the old arches on there. A lot of things are cracked in there, so we're gonna make it very modern. Everything's square. Two-tone paint job. So yeah, everything is gonna change. That's the plan, at least.
Will the eagle remain, or will it be removed or
You
covered
know what?
up?
The owner wants to keep it. So what do you say? Should we keep it?
Absolutely.
We'll
That's a
keep it.
landmark.
Yeah, we'll keep it.
So on the record, we're going to keep the eagle. Thank you. Appreciate it.
When the job is complete and we go and inspect, we'll make sure that the eagle is still there.
And I want to thank the vice chair for his question. That's an issue that I posed to the manager earlier today about reminding folks that there is a paint chart, color chart for commercial buildings that we seem to have strayed from a little bit. I could ride around and show you a lot of those instances. I kind of regret that I always thought those arched windows were kind of neat, but, time marches on. Do we have a motion to approve? Moved by Board Member Avila, seconded by the Vice Chair. All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Are there anything further from the board on this matter? I just want to, if I could, we've approved quite a few both residential and commercial enhancement grants over the past several months. I would appreciate if we could all get a periodic report as to where those are. I mean, not saying that nothing's happening, but other than a paint job on Jacobson's, I don't see a lot of evidence of forward motion, at least not visually. And we've committed for a lot of money that can make a lot of difference. And just curious as to where all of those projects are in the scheme of being able to see something. Mr. Vice Chair?
I wanted to see if Jodrick from Chefs on the Run, if he could give staff an update as to where he left off with Commissioner Higgins' office, because I know she sent, I think it was water and sewer, or there was some department that went in incorrectly, or the wrong department got over there.
Hi, sorry, thank you. The last that I remember, we had somebody from the county that came to look at the area, and they were from sewers. Not really for the alleyway, for the purpose of the alleyway. The department that was sent was a department that had to do with the possible flooding that could be happening on the busway. And given through times, even around town, when they were just construction, there's this type of a green rubbers that block the sewer. So I can only guess, that is for concrete and construction debris doesn't go down the drain. But they came for the busway itself. They saw what was happening, the area and everything. It seems to tug a war of who the area belongs to, the lot belongs to. But the department that came, it's for if it was something that really had nothing to do with what was in need. I got a card of the gentleman and everything. I can always pass it along. But for what I understand, he told me this is not my department. He was very kind, but this is not my department.
All right, thank you. I'll share that information with staff so they could follow up with any department that needs to go out
Okay,
there.
thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
That's all, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. There's nothing further. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Moved by Councilman Avila, second by Councilman Fletcher. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, and we will momentarily convene the Committee of the Whole meeting. Ready? All right. Very good. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the City of Homestead Committee of the Whole meeting to order. Today is Tuesday, March 8th, 2022. It is now 5:33 p.m. The city will hold a hybrid Committee of the Whole meeting. The public may participate in person at City Hall or virtually utilizing video conference via WebEx events or the toll-free conference call number. Please go to cityofhomestead.com/calendar for specific events and instructions on participation utilizing video and telephonic conferencing. The meeting can also be viewed live on the City Access channel or city website at cityofhomestead.com. Public comments can be made in person at the meeting or emailed to publiccomments@cityofhomestead.com. Written public comments are limited to 300 words per comment. Written public comments on a specific agenda item, including your name, address, item you'd like to comment on, and your comment can be submitted by noon Monday, March 7th, 2022, and will be included in the minutes. Written public comments on general matters should include your name, address, and your comment. It can be submitted up until 30 minutes after the end of the Committee of the Whole meeting and will be included in the minutes. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Avila. Councilman Fletcher.
Here.
Councilwoman Bailey, Councilwoman Fairclough Staggers, Councilman Roth, Vice Mayor Guzman, Mayor Losner.
Here. Mr. Manager, are there any additions, deletions, or deferrals?
Mayor, we're going to defer tab 7. We just received a verbal quote from our broker. It could mean a savings of up to $50,000 on one of the insurance policies. So we'll bring this item back directly to council next week.
So we are deferring tab 7, car number 3473. Very good, thank you. Do you need a formal motion on that?
Sir.
All right, do we have a motion to defer tab 7? Moved by Councilwoman Avila, seconded by the Vice Mayor. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, tab 1 is the approval of the February 8th, 2022 Committee of the Whole minutes. I'll entertain a motion for approval of those minutes. Moved by Councilman Fletcher, seconded by Councilwoman Bailey. All in favor? All right. Next item, tab 2, is motion to place car number 3487 on the council agenda, City of Homestead Title VI program. And this is, Mr. Manager, is this yours?
Yes, sir. Mayor, at the November 16, 2016 council meeting, council established a Title VI program in accordance with the Federal Transit Administration guidelines for the development of the Downtown Homestead Multimodal Transit Center. The FTA requires that the plan be updated every 3 years. Council approved the last update in December of 2019. Staff recommends that Mayor and Council approve the attached resolution authorizing City Manager to update the City of Homestead Title VI program for the Downtown Homestead Multimodal Transit Center and associated federally funded projects in accordance with the Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
Thank you. So in English, what does that mean? In non-legalese, what does that mean?
Non-legalese, here we go. So Title VI program is a document that demonstrates how the recipients complies with the transit-related activities of the Title VI. Title VI of the Civil Rights Act specifically provides that no person in the United States shall, on the ground of race, color, or national origin, be excluded from participation, be denied the benefits of, or be subject to discrimination under the program or activities receiving federal financial funding. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you. All right. Do we have any initial questions or comments from council? Nope. I'll open the public hearing and ask if there's anyone in the audience or online wishing to speak on this matter. So I'll close the public hearing and ask for a motion to place this item on the agenda for council meeting. Moved by Councilwoman Bailey, seconded by Councilwoman Avila. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, next item, tab 3, motion to place car number 3450 on the council agenda. Purchase of power transformers for Donnie Avocado Substation. Mr. Manager?
Mayor, due to the continued residential and commercial growth within the city's electrical distribution area, a new substation is required to handle future electrical load growth, providing increased electrical reliability in both the northwest and northeast areas of the city. This new substation, which is to be called Donnie Avocado, will be located at 296th Street, just east of US 1. Due to the significant lead time in the manufacturing of the new transformers and the continued increase in the cost of steel and other materials, staff recommends that the city purchase the transformers at this time in order to not delay the construction of the new substation. Staff recommends that Mayor and Council authorize the city manager to award ITB 2022-07 to Virginia Transformer Corp. In the amount of $2,109,342 for the purchase of 2 power transformers for the Donnie Avocado substation. This project is part of the city's capital improvement plan, CIP 0960.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any initial questions or comments from council? Councilman Fletcher?
Yeah, just one quick question, if we could. Have we purchased from Virginia Transformer in the past? We're very up to date with what they've done, and I understand they are the low bidder, but just want to make sure that we do meet those criteria, that we've worked with them in the past. Thank you.
Councilman, we recently purchased, it was about 2 or 3 years ago, we purchased a substation transformer for the Renaissance substation, an additional transformer, and it was purchased from Virginia Transformer as well. So we have recent experience with them.
Thank you, Councilman. Appreciate that. All right, I'll open the public hearing and ask if there's anyone either in person or online wishing to speak on this matter. None appearing then, I will close the public hearing. If there are no further questions or comments from council, I would ask for a motion to place this item on the council agenda. Moved by Councilwoman Avila, seconded by the Vice Mayor. All in favor? All right, next item, tab 4, motion to place car number 3458 on the council agenda, licensing agreement with Gang Alternative, Inc. Mr. Manager?
Mayor, Gangs Alternative, Inc. is funded by the Children's Trust of Miami-Dade County to provide after-school youth violence prevention activities at the Curtis K. Ivy Junior Police Athletic League facility. Attached is the licensing agreement for the Gang Alternative, Inc. to utilize the PAL facility to continue with the implementations of its violence prevention program. The licensing agreement in the amount of $1,200 per month is from August 1st, 2021, retroactive, through July 31st, 2022. The city will forward the funds from the licensing agreement to SOS, a federally registered non-for-profit. SOS, in turn, will provide the funds to PAL to utilize for sporting programs for things such as uniforms, field trips, equipment, and sporting competitions. Staff recommends that Mayor and Council approve the attached resolution authorizing the city manager to execute the contract agreement with Gang Alternative, Inc. in order to provide after-school and summer programming at city-owned Curtis K. Ivy Junior Police Athletic League facility.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. Are there any initial questions or comments from council? Okay, I'll open the public hearing and ask if there's anyone in the audience or online wishing to speak on this matter. None appearing, I'll close the public hearing and ask for a motion to place this on the council agenda. Councilwoman Bailey.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to say that Gang Alternative this month is celebrating literacy, and they are looking for guest readers. So if anybody is interested, you could join me one afternoon. It is an amazing group of kids, and yeah, we're having a great time. So anybody else that would like to come in and read a story to the kids is more than welcome to. Thank you.
Very good, sign me up. All right, so do we have a motion to place this item on the agenda? Moved by Councilwoman Bailey, seconded by Councilwoman Avila. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, next item is tab 5, and this is a motion to place car number 3495 on the council agenda for the purchase of 2 Ford F-150 XL Super Cab 4x2 trucks. Mr. Manager?
Mayor, due to aging equipment and mechanical problems, it is necessary to replace 2 existing pickup trucks, which are used by the Public Works Department / Solid Waste Division for day-to-day operations. Staff recommends that Mayor and Council approve the attached resolution authorizing the city manager to purchase 2 Ford F-150 XL Super Cabs 4x2 trucks from Bozard Ford for $53,952. This authorization will also allow the manager to accept a price increase of up to 15% if required by Bozard Ford and authorized by the Florida Association Cooperative Contract. This purchase is made in accordance with the Florida Sheriff's Association Cooperative Purchasing Program Contract 20 VEL 28.0. This project is part of the city's capital improvement plan, CIP 2252. And lastly, in order to ensure local vendors had an opportunity to participate in this purchase, the Procurement Division issued a notice of intent to utilize the FSA contract, affording registered local vendors the opportunity to provide a quote, and no responses have been received.
Thank you. Are there any initial questions or comments from council? Okay. Again, we'll open the public hearing and ask that if anyone is either here in person or online wishing to speak on this matter, you may do so now. Yes, Mr. Kraft, can we get him A microphone, please. No, Mr. Kraft, we'll bring you a microphone.
I just want to ask, how long will it take before we get them? Are they in back order or something we will get in 23?
Mayor, we'll receive them before the end of the calendar year.
And when will we be needing them?
Upwards of as far as 9 months out.
One more.
Well, what's that? His answer was by the end of the calendar year, correct?
That's correct, Mayor.
And then I ask, when will we be needing them?
Mr. Kraft, we already have 2 vehicles in place. We're going to continue to use the existing vehicles until the new vehicles come in.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kraft. Thank you, Mr. Manager. All right, we have a motion to place this item on the council agenda. Moved by Councilman Fletcher. Second by the Vice Mayor. All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Next item is motion to place car number 3474 on the council agenda, the purchase of property insurance for the power plant and substations. Mr. Manager?
Mayor. Staff recommends that Mayor and Council approve the attached resolution authorizing the city manager to purchase commercial property insurance coverage with Ace Energy for $358,491 and boiler machinery insurance with Federal Insurance Company Chubb for $117,176 for the policy term of March 31st, 2022 through March 31st, 2023. This renewal quote represents an 11.8% increase over the expiring policy term. The proposal provided other options that afforded a savings of $48,275 in premium, but after thorough review, staff recommends not moving forward with the reduction in wind coverage. The next 2 statements I'm going to read pertain to the other 2 car items as well. Since the city is unable to contract with certain carriers without a broker, the payment will be made to T.R. Jones, a division of Brown & Brown of Florida, for disbursement. Under Section 2411B of the City Code, the City Council may waive competitive bidding for this insurance purchase transaction upon the finding by 2/3 vote of those council members present that the waiver of competitive bidding is in the best interest of the city.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
These years between these renewals seem to get shorter and shorter and shorter, don't they? Okay, any initial questions or comments from council? Okay, is there anyone in the audience wishing to speak on this matter or online wishing to speak on this matter? So none appearing, I will close the public hearing and ask for a motion to place car number 3474 on the council agenda. Moved by Councilman Fletcher, seconded by the Vice Mayor. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, we have deferred tab 7. The next item is tab 8. And this is a motion to place car number 3475 on the council agenda for the purchase of property insurance for City Hall, the police station, and Cybrarium. Mr. Manager?
Mayor, staff recommends that Mayor and Council approve the attached resolution authorizing the city manager to purchase commercial property insurance for City Hall, the police station, and Cybrarium from the term of March 31st, 2022 through March 31st, 2023, with Arrowhead for $190,474. This renewal resulted in an estimated 14.8% increase due to the market's growing concerns over inflationary factors, particularly on construction costs and property valuations, as well as the increasing intensity of hurricanes.
Thank you. Are there any initial questions or comments from council? I'll again open a public hearing and ask that if there's anyone online or in the audience wishing to speak on this matter, please come forward now. None appearing, then I'll close the public hearing and ask for a motion to place this item on the council agenda. Moved by the Vice Mayor, seconded by Councilman Fletcher. All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Our next item is tab 9. This is a motion to place car number 3476 on the council agenda for the purchase of terrorism insurance. Mr. Manager?
Mayor, staff recommends that mayor and council approve the attached resolution authorizing the city manager to renew the terrorism policy with Hiscox for the policy term of March 31st, 2022 to March 31st, 2023 for a premium of $52,000. This renewal quote reflects a $2,000 reduction in premium from the expiring term due to the company's reduction in rates.
Okay, thank you. Are there any initial questions or comments from council? Okay. If there's anyone in the audience or online wishing to speak on this matter, please come forward now. Okay, none appearing. I'll close the public hearing and ask for a motion to place car number 3476 on the council agenda. Moved by the Vice Mayor, seconded by Councilman Fletcher. All in favor? Any opposed? Finally, tab 10. Mr. Manager.
Thank you, Mayor. This is an emergency purchase notification to council by staff as required by the City of Homestead Code of Ordinance, Section 2413, emergency purchases. No council action is required. On March 2nd, 2022, the city manager's office authorized procurement to issue an emergency purchase order for the repair of one of our new solid waste front loader trucks that was damaged in an accident. Due to the nature of the emergency, the manager's office under Section 2-413, emergency purchases, has authorized that an emergency purchase order be issued to Crony Body Works for $60,597 plus a 20% contingency for supplemental repairs for a total amount of $72,717.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. And when can we expect to have that piece of equipment back on the road?
My understanding, the damage was kind of extensive, so I probably figure about a month or so to get that vehicle back. The good news is the accident was not our fault, and the insured has already taken claim, and they'll be paying for the cost of this repair.
Very good. Appreciate that. All right. Anything further as a non-agenda item?
Not for me, sir.
Mr. Attorney, anything? Council? Hope to see you all at the Seafood Festival this weekend out at the sports complex. Saturday from 11 to 8, and Sunday, I think it's 11 to 6 out at the sports complex. Bigger and better than ever before. We look to break all records just as the rodeo and every other event over the past few weeks has, all for a good cause. With that, do we have a motion to adjourn? All in favor? Aye. Thank you all.